the box, you're going to have your grill, some plastic pieces to attach, and 2 clips. Prepping is everything. Lay the box down so you have something to work on if you're going to do this outside. Alright, so here is our grill to go up on our ram. You can see we're going to have LED lights we're going to have to install, or wire up, I should say. The build quality on this is about just on par with your OEM application, same plastic. This obviously has lighting that we're going to have to tap into either our running lights or have a separate switch to toggle on and off. The tools needed for this installation is going to be a Phillips head screwdriver to install your mounts on the back side of your grill, a ratchet of your choice. I'm going to be using a electric ratchet, a 10mm socket. It doesn't matter if it's a low profile, mid-size, or deep well, and your choice of pry tool. I like the one with the metal and the plastic handle. Some people only carry these. And then for the lighting, we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's get our mounts put on the back side of our grill. Now we're gonna have a set for a mount here, right there, and in that corner right there. In your bag, you will see that it comes with all your mounts, and there is a bag for your screws. Now you will see on your mounts that they are marked right and left. There's an R there, an R right there, an L in that corner, and an L in that deep corner back there. Now these will just slide in and kind of sit right in their spot, which is really nice, and then we'll go right ahead and put our screws in each one of these holes. Bag of screws I was talking about. Now that we have all of our screws in for our mounts, you're going to have 2 plastic clips that go under your foam. They will also be in a little baggie. You'll pop those in there, and that will help pop in the bottom side of the grill. They just snap in like so. Put the square in the square hole. Pop. And same thing over here. Now that everything has been prepped and installed on our new grill, we're gonna have to take off our old one. I'll show you how to do that. You're gonna wanna pop the hood. Then you're gonna wanna open the hood. After you get the hood open, you're gonna wanna take off your plastic cladding. There's gonna be 4 plastic clips, one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right there. Once you get your plastic cladding off, it's going to look a lot like this. So you're going to have only 4 things holding in your grill. Then we're going to pop it off by pulling it off. There's going to be 4 10mm screws. One right here, one right here, one right here, and one finally right there. You take those 4 out, you pull it off. The same thing goes with putting on the new one. One thing to note that you are going to have 2 different types of screws. You will have a coarse thread and a fine thread. Your fine thread is going to be the one that goes into your rad mounting, so don't need that no more. But your rad mounting for here and here, and then your coarse thread will go into your plastic for right there and right here. Make sure you don't mess those up. Now putting in the new grill goes the same way as taking out the old one. We're going to just pick it up, pop it on, and then put in our 4 screws for our grill. And just like that, our grill is on. We have to now hook up our wiring, which we will do in a second, but let's just take a minute to look at this grill. Now obviously it's not paint matched to the truck. If it was, it would look a lot better, but it is a nice flat black, so it will stand out a little bit more. You can see that aggressiveness as they have these dividers that come down, almost remind me of teeth. Your LED light that we're gonna wire up. Now I will be wiring this up as a switch, and you can go right ahead and run it into your running lights, whether that be your fog lights or your headlights. But considering the fact that I have secondary lighting that I'm going to be throwing on this truck in due time, I'm going to be running a switch to run everything else separate. All right, one of the things you don't want to forget, you want to push back down on your clips for your plastic cladding. You want to hide up all this stuff to make this look nice and pretty again. So just pop these back down, you'll be set to go. All right, now we are later in the day where I could show you a better demonstration of what I'm going to be doing. We are going to be going with a toggle switch to turn that on and off. I have it routed through here that goes underneath the dash and out through the back. There's a little plug that you can't see where my finger's at because it's dark right now. There's a rubber plug that goes right through, and it comes out right out the front of the firewall, right where that white plug is. That plug right there. So that plug will connect to this harness, which runs into a relay that regulates this fuse that goes to your batteries. Now when it's all done and lit up, I'm going to make it look nice and hidden, but just to show you how it works, you run it to the batteries, which goes to a fuse, which then goes to a relay, which allows so much voltage to be put to your LEDs, and then we will splice in where we want to plug in our wires. Now these come bare on the ends, so we are going to be using butt connectors in here to wire them up. I'm doing it this way because to me it's a little bit safer to run a switch. That way if we ever have a faulty light or something were to happen, or if there's some sort of power surge for this accent lighting, at least we know that it's only going to either blow that relay first or that fuse before it does anything else. But if you want to, you can always find the same wire that goes to our running lights, whether you want to do the cab lights or through the headlights or the accent lights for your door mirrors. You can definitely just splice them in. You would just take off that part, find the wire that leads to it, and fuse it together, which I will show you how I'm going to do with the grill and our new harness. So doing this, in my opinion, is safer, and it gives you more opportunity to add more lights down the line. All right, great. So now we have everything connected. We have it connected to the batteries, which goes to a fuse, which then goes to a relay, which regulates how much voltage can go to the harness, which we just connected right then and there. Then we have it connected down here in our firewall, which is our harness to our switch, which goes through the firewall, underneath the dash, through this plug right here, and if I push this on, it should light up. So we have power. So now you tell me, when I flip that switch, is our grill on? Let's find out. Whoa, 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 look at how bright that light is. And it's broad daylight. So it's a good thing we wired it up through a switch. I'm pretty sure it's going to project pretty nicely. We'll get some good action shots and rollers in a little bit. Right now I'm going to tighten everything up, button it all down, make it nice and hidden so there's not wires hanging all over the engine bay, and we'll go from there.